This is Lee with 82 Game and 12, and I'm back on Sons of Liberty 75 here on YouTube, and this will be video 11, I believe, over my playthrough of two Shiloh games. April's Harvest by the Gamers came out in 1995, and Shiloh the First Day, Crisis in the West, Revolution Games, 2024. And all the information about those games are in the description, so you can check that out. We are starting the 3 o'clock turn, which means we have this turn and then the following turn, and that's it for the Hornet's Nest scenario on both games. Now, under the April's Harvest, the the scenario actually goes until 6:30, but I'm not going to continue it. I'm going to keep it even with the Revolution Games scenario that ends at 3:30. So, and we do have some reinforcements coming in on the Shiloh the First Day, April's Harvest. We don't have any reinforcements. If we have anything, it would be maybe the. I don't even think that they even bring in the naval guns. So, gunboat. So that's that. So let's get started. Revolution Games, I'll go ahead and say this, Revolution Games is having a sale right now, and in the last video I posted the link that you can go. So if there's one of these volumes that you're missing for the blind sword system, or you're new to the series and you want to try one of the volumes out, then you can find one at a very reasonable price. If you really want a good game with a lot of scenarios and various size maps, then of course you can go with this volume number 11, and it's on sale as well. Now, some of the other volumes are a little cheaper. I would advise against picking up the first game in the series. Can't think what that one is. Jackson's Sword or something. Anyways, that one, volume, the first volume, is there was some rule changes made after that one. Okay, which one has to do with the artillery. Okay, so you didn't really have a separate artillery phase in that first game, and some other things. I think there might have been a few minor things, but that one is it's a good game. I'm just saying that I think you would do better off maybe with Kernstown is a smaller game. And then there's some other ones that you could choose that all of them are going to have other scenarios, smaller scenarios. So you can check that out. So I did have a viewer mention that the about the line of battle, and my understanding was that they liked the line of battle, and that if you had any of the regimental series games, okay, that's like South Mountain. You actually in that one you can choose whether you want to do one or the other. You can do the brigade or the regimental, but they said that the regimental can easily be used with the line of battle rules. And so I sent them a couple of questions. So hopefully y'all get some feedback back. I wanted their opinion about the line of battle and how they felt about it and so forth. So I think I downloaded the rules once, and I don't know. I guess at the time I was having, I don't know. I guess I had, the Civil War Brigade Series rolling around in my head, and I was trying to, I guess, see how that would fit. Or maybe I was trying to see how it, whether or not, you could use some of these Civil War Brigade Series games with line of battle. And, so I think I probably came to the realization that no, you can't do that. And so I just decided, well, okay, I'm just going to stick with the Civil War Brigade Series. I've got these games. I don't want to just, not play them. So, but I guess I need to take another look at the line of battle to see something about it. But I don't have any of the games. But I could use possibly with the South Mountain. I haven't played the regimental before. When I got the game, I was going to play it, and I got it out and started looking at it. And I guess I was having some difficulty in understanding how come there was two different rule books in the box, and also different loss charts and all of that. And it was it was just kind of confusing, I guess. So I'm going to take another look at that. I know I can do a comparison, I think, with South Mountain, because there is a South Mountain blind sword system game from Revolution Games. I don't remember the exact name that they give, but it's there. So maybe at some point I'll do a comparison there, which, I've already done a comparison here. But that one would be comparing the regimental. So, all right, let's get started here. So one thing I can do is, in this game, you're not going to get any points. In April's Harvest, you're not getting any points for losses. I already have it over here. You're just getting points for the victory point locations. So, well, yeah, there it is. And there's the victory points. Commanders must control 10 or more terrain VPs. Otherwise, the Union wins. So you can have all the wreck brigades and all the losses, but as long as you gain those VP locations, you're going to be you can be the winner. So, all right. So dealing with stragglers, there's only 2 turns, so which I might as well try to get stragglers back on these units that don't have a leader, because they're not going to move anyways. So we got Pond here. I can just go up and down the list. list or up and down the map here and put these on. It's almost like, well, maybe these straggler markers should stay on the units until the end of the turn instead of just removing them at, because, that's what they're doing the whole turn, not just during the Confederacy turn, but also just the whole turn. And like the stragglers would be, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Let's see, there's a sequence. No, it's not. And something else that I guess I kind of wonder about is this thing about the morale. Well, I know that I've been doing I think the morale a little bit wrong, because you're not rolling for morale unless you take losses. What on the fire chart here, when it has like M1, okay, or M, okay, I don't think that's a shift. Well, it says morale check up 2, morale check up 1, and then a morale check. So I guess it is, but this should be down. This shouldn't be up. See, I know in the Napoleonic system, when you get you get a morale notification on the fire results, then that just means that they get a morale marker, so they get a shaken. If it's a morale, like a morale 2, then it's now that they're disorganized and so forth. Or morale 1 is disorganized and morale 2 is routed, I think. So it's like, but of course the rules that I have are the later rules, and not what was originally like in the earlier, like Austerlitz and the Rango game and the Aspen Essling game. So there that is. So all right, so now let's see here. We're going to start with trying to activate over here with Heinemann. And there he is. Okay. So Hindman can activate. I rolled a 1. He has a 2. So I think this is what, Cleburne? Yeah. So Cleburne can activate fully. And go back just a little. I don't think he can reach. I don't think he can reach all the way. He's an AB. So, okay, we've got that stream, so that's +1, that's 1, then 2, then we go 3, and then this is 3, 4, 5, so that's as far as he can go. He's at that lower level. So, yeah, the Confederates are not, in 2 turns, they are not going to be able to gain any more, any of these objectives. Unless they're able just to move so many of the, if all the leaders passed. They're just not, you know, I've got to get up here with him again. I don't have a choice. Okay, and then with Hardy, I rolled a 6, so he doesn't pass. So he can just have a limited activation, which why did I even place that with him? Okay, so he can move only 3. So we're talking about 1, 2, 3 right there. And then the artillery that's with him to move into forest costs them 3 instead of 2. So that's 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I'll be able to fire with those. I guess he's going to have to stay with them. Okay, then we have Rugel's. I rolled a 5, so he can't fully activate. So they can only move 3, which means he crosses this river or stream and into the woods. That's it. That's 3. And here, 1, 2. That's all he can do. Okay. And we come on around, and the next one we have here is Polk. Okay, now he did pass his. I rolled a 1. That's what he needed, so they can fully activate. And okay, so up. Okay, we've got across the stream, then up slope. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we can move to here to attack these guys, and he would have to move there. Okay, and of course we'll keep Polk there. Then we go to Clark, and I rolled a 3, so I can't move him fully, so I can only move He's got Stewart, size of Stewart. He's an AB. So all he can do is just move forward. That's it. 1, 2. Well, let's see. He's moving across, so that's 3. That's as far as he can go. All right. And then we've got those 3 there, and Beauregard back there. Okay. So let's do Beauregard first. I rolled a 5, so they didn't get full activation. That's supply wagon there. So he can only move 3 or 4. Okay, so half 1. Of course, these guys there. I don't think that's. I think that's going to mess that up. So that's going to be half. What I say? Half 1. He'll be stuck right there. Moving into that next hex is overstacking. So and then I might as well move Beauregard. The artillery's not going to get up there. So that was a 1. So we go 2, 3, 4. And of course, then move down some here. Keep moving. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll go right there. Okay, so next we've got Breckinridge's replacement, and we do got a full activation there because I rolled a 1. So that's going to be here, which is Gibson. So we've got it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. Gibson there. Okay, and then we have Withers. I got a 2, so he can activate fully. And okay, so he's in column, so that's going to be half, so 1. And then he changes. Statham changes right here. So that's 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Yeah, 4, 5. And Withers is going to go back to there. And then here with Cheatham, I got a 3. He's got a 2, so they're just going to get a limited movement there. So basically, he's just going to be able to move 1 hex, and that's it. Okay. So we go to the non-phasing fire phase, which is the defensive fire phase. This guy's at a lower level, so can't fire on him. This guy's at a lower level. This one's not. So so you've got 3 and you've got 5. Gonna fire right here. Guys are in line. Okay. So both of those artillery units are gonna fire here. And maybe, let me look here, because I do have the newest rules here. Well, 1998. I guess maybe that's when they stopped updating the rules, 3.2. And when we're dealing with fire, find it. Okay, it says any number of players eligible units may fire in a given phase. There's no limit on the number of units or fire levels that can engage a single target. A given hex may be targeted a maximum of twice in a given fire phase, once against its artillery and once against the top non-artillery unit. So you can't. I know with the Civil War Brigade Series that there's some limits to. Well, maybe it's the La Bataille. I've been reading both of those in preparation for the next video series. But all right, so what we have is we've got 3 and 2, so a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 for this one, and for this one it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay. All right, so we're going to have, okay, for the gun points going out to 4 is going to be half a point, and the gun points coming into what's just 3 hexes is a full point. So we're going to be firing at the 1 fire points. Didn't round up. Didn't roll that one. Okay, so we got a 6. Okay. So that's an M2. Let me make sure I'm doing this right, because I know in the Civil War Brigade series, they've taken out, what they've done is they've taken out all the nonsense of rolling for morale hits, and you just given morale hits instead of rolling for morale hits. Here you're having to roll Okay. Right here is where the clarification is that I was referring to, okay, is right here. Okay. So modify the row as found on the left of the table by this total modifier, with plus being up, minus being down. Okay, that's different than what's over here on the fire chart. Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, on the fire chart, okay, right here it says up 1. Okay, that should be down 1, down 2. Because over here on the morale chart, you'd have to pull way back, but going down is worse. Okay, if you go up, you got a better chance of having no effect. Okay, and you can see that by the numbers over here. Okay, see at the top, all the way to 54 is no effect, but as you go down, okay, so there that is. All right, so let's go back over here. Okay, so I got a 6. That's a morale -2. Okay. So all we got to do is we just go straight to the morale. Okay, and we're going down 2. Okay, for this unit. So okay, that's Kentucky. Finally getting into the fight. They've got an A morale level. That's very rare do you see an A. With the units that are involved, I think the Confederates only have 2 A's. And of course, the Union, they've got a D, a bunch of C's, no A's. Okay, so with an A, and you're going down 2, that would be like a B, and I rolled a 31, that's no effect. Okay. All right, so let's move on along here. Okay, so we've got 4, and then we've got the independent unit there. Okay. Let's see. Fire. When you've got both infantry and of course, they're firing at that extension there. So that independent unit is an A level. Okay. So I guess any amount can fire. Yeah. Let's see. So I guess you can fire up to a level A and up to five gun points out of a hex. So A, range 1, that's going to be 4. And then we've got 4 strength, close combat. Okay, it's not close combat, it's going to be range of 1. So that's 4. So we're going to have a total of 8 fire points on that Confederate extension there with Pope. And okay, so I said 8. Okay, and I rolled a 6. Okay, so that's a hit. Russell. Okay. Now only this hex has the shaken marker. Okay. This is the extension is separate. So what did I say? Did I say Russell? I'm pretty sure I said Russell. Yeah. Okay, so Russell takes a hit. I have a C morale. Okay. And I rolled a 1, so they're not going to take any straggler losses. And then on the morale table, since 43 is shaken. So they become shaken. Okay. So Tuttle here you can fire along this line here, I think, and fire at this target. So Tuttle, he's still, I don't think he's wrecked anymore. Alright, so Tuttle has a strength of A, and he's firing at a range of 2, so he's got a strength of 2. So 3, okay, this is going to cause a morale hit, and with a 52, of course this unit is shaken. That's Russell. He's got a C, he's shaken, okay, that moves him down 1. I got a 52. Okay, that's shaken and back 1. So he's already shaken, so he becomes disorganized. Well, Pope might help. Poke, what did I say, 52, no, he's still going to be shaken, so that would still be disorganized. So he's forced back, so he can go back to there. I think, let's see if that's one of the, pretty sure that as long as they stay as long as they stay, yeah, they can do that. They can do that. So I'm going to say they can. Alright, then here, firing on Statham will be, okay, 2 artillery, another 2, so that's 4, and the 23rd Missouri, and this unit is going to fire over here. So we've got 4 artillery strength, so that's going to be a strength of 4 fire points. And then we have a T6 for the Union. He has a strength of C. Range of 1 is only going to be 1. So we're going to have a total of 5. He's wrecked. No, I guess that's not going to matter. Let's see. Just the target. No. Yeah, wreck doesn't have anything to do with any of it. Okay. So we've got fire points are 5. Okay. We rolled an 8. That's 1.5. For the half, we rolled a 3, so it rounds down to just 1. And that's Statham. So Statham takes the hit. Okay. And stragglers. Statham has a B, but I rolled a 6. So he'll take a straggler. And then morale-wise, 34 is going to be no effect. So let's see. Now Clark was that was just a morale. Okay. No losses. All right. So now we go to well, I can have these two fire here, and he can fire here. Because a unit can't split its fire. That only has one. Okay. So I guess the artillery could fire here, or I'll tell you what, the infantry are going to fire here with whatever these guys have, and then the artillery will fire here with this extension of Peabody 1-6. Okay, so we've got an A in the main hex and a B here. All right, let's see what we got over here with Holbert. Okay. So we've got, well, I better just fire these two here. Let these guys fire here. So that's going to be 3 and then A16. So we're only going here to here, range of 2. So A16, they're wrecked. They've got a strength of C. So that only gives them a half. And then the artillery, I think the artillery was a 3, right? Yeah. 3, 2 X's is, so it's going to be a fire strength of 2. All right, so 7. Okay, that would be a half, and the half rounds down. Okay, straggler wise, I don't have any losses, so but fire loss half, so I still got to check for the losses. Who is this? Oh, that's Gibson. Okay, so Gibson has a B morale, but I rolled a 6, so he'll take 1 straggler for that, and and they get a bloodlust. Okay. Okay, so Gibson here is going to take the brunt of these two, which is going to be one artillery and 1/6 here, which is Peabody. So an A and a B. An A is going to be 4, B is going to be 2, so that's a total of 6. And then the artillery, 1 gun point is going to give us 1 fire point, so we're at 7. That's pretty, see, that's why it's important to get those extensions out, so if you have, don't waste firepower, you know. All right, 8. What did I say? We got 6, 7. So 8 is going to be 1.5 losses to Gibson. And we round up, so that means we get 2 losses on Gibson. Gibson was a double A, but now he's just an AB. So no stragglers, and the morale roll was a 36, so that's no effect. Now we do have the leader there, so we got to check for leader casualty, and we got a 10, no effect. Almost had a leader wounded. All right, so now we go to the phasing player, offensive fire, and here, kind of got twisted here. All right, so we're going back up here. Okay, so here, these guys are at a lower level, so they have no line of sight. But here, we've got this artillery who has line of sight to any of these 3. Okay, so you know, we could fire at that artillery, there, or we can fire here. Well, that's both artillery and infantry, but I think what they want to do, want to fire at the right here. So that's we're firing at the infantry. That's 4. Strength of 3 at 4. Is that right? 3. I think we better fire it. That's only going to give us a half. We're better off firing at right here at this other artillery. So and that'll give us 2, strength of 2 fire points. Alright, so we got 8. So that's going to be a hit. No stragglers. And they have a C. So 31 with a C is no effect, but they do take a loss. now they only have one gun point with that artillery. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we have that extension right here firing, and that's Russell. So that extension, Russell, okay, he's got a strength of AA, so that means there's an A firing out of that extension. So that's going to be a strength of 4. Alright, strength of 4, and we rolled a 6. That's a half. It rounds up to 1. So oh, excuse me. Okay, so that's the independent. Let's see where he's at. Right down here. Okay, so he takes a hit, and then a 5. He's going to take a straggler too. Okay, so he's now down to a B. Okay, he's a C, and 46 is the 46. But a C is shaken, which means the whole stack is shaken. Okay. Statham is going to fire here. Statham. Statham has strength of 8. Okay. So that'll be 4 strength points. 3. Right. 3 is a morale. So this is what T6. T6 has a B. Of course, they're wrecked, so he's probably gonna. Let's see. He's wrecked. Okay. See. 50. What do I have? A 52. He's going to be shaken and back 1. Okay, which means these guns have to roll on the gun loss table. Alright. 2 and 5. Okay, so the top one doesn't lose any, but the bottom one loses 2, which means they're gone. And that one has to unlimber. So, and they're shaken. Okay. Okay. Tell you what, they're all just going to fire here. Both of these, the whole stack. Paula, I don't know if you even saw what was going on. I didn't have this adjusted, but it was right here where you had Peabody, Prentice T6 and 2 artillery units, 2 guns each, strength point anyways. So 1 artillery battery was destroyed or captured, and the other had to unlimber and move back with these infantry units. So actually, I think they can advance even after just fire combat. Let's see if I can find that. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's only which you're not really advancing. If you do close combat, you're already in the hex. So I guess that's the way that works. All right. So this is so we just have Gibson firing his entire strength of an A and a B into this hex here. So an A and a B, that's going to be a total of a strength of fire points of 6. Okay, 8 is going to be 1.5, rounds up to 2 hits. So the guns take 1 hit, they're gone. And then Peabody 1-6 takes the other hit, and they're going to take a straggler, and morale is no effect. Okay. Alright, so the next thing is doing the straggler recovery. And we'll start up here with these guys. And at the same time, I'm going to be removing these morale markers. Okay. Alright, so that one, this one here is not going to get any stragglers back. Okay. Move that. What we got here? Okay. I don't think you can remove a shaken if it's. I don't know. I guess you do. I don't know if you can remove the morale. Let's see if it says. See if it, okay. Okay, so the bloodlust is going to be removed if they're not adjacent to an enemy unit. It just says remove all shakens. Whether I guess it doesn't. So it doesn't matter if you're adjacent. So. And this guy goes back. He goes to shaken. Okay. That bloodlust stays there. Alright. So then we take a look at the stragglers here. This one's not going to recover. Yeah, that one doesn't recover any. Well, no, let's see. He does recover. He's going to recover. Wood is going to recover 2. Okay, and then here they recover 1. That's shaver. Okay, and then here doesn't recover any, neither does this one. Bloodlust is going to be removed. Okay, I've got 2 more stragglers. Okay, so this one here, which is what's that? Bowen. Recovers 1. This one doesn't. All right. So now, go back here a little bit. So now we go to the Confederates. And they're not going to be able to okay, so that one is the only one that's going to be able to do any kind of recovery. That's Williams. And let's see where they're at. Yeah, they're wrecked, which means they can't do close combat, but they can get back up there and provide fire support. So yeah, we're not going to put that on them. We're actually going to move them up. Who is their leader? Holbert. They're actually out of his command range. So Oh, excuse me. Let's see what happens here. They're out of range.